What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're diving into a Gruul 2021 standard format deck, however you want to say it. And this deck, I'm telling you now, if you want to climb rank while this format is out, or just in general you want to climb real quick, this is the deck to do it with. Embercleave, Questing Beast, Annex. You have access to so many good cards with so much text on them. Honestly, this deck is insane, and the fact that everything strong within this deck seems to be rotation proof as well, it's just beautiful. So before we go ahead and dive into the nit and grit and dirt of the deck, I'd like to remind everybody, if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, of course, as always, and then subscribe and hit that bell icon if you want more content. Not to mention the fact that if you watch all the way through the video, you'll get pro tips, which will give you pro tips on how to play this deck, how to play decks like this in general, right? There's a daily question, so a question that I'm picking your brain at, you know, which planeswalker would you be? If you could create a creature, which one would it be? These very interesting questions. And then last but not least, be sure you're joining our Discord. Link is down in the description below. Alright, so diving into the deck, we have 4 copies of Fervent Champion, this 1/1 First Striker Haste. If that wasn't all enough, if you play 2 Fervents, or you have another Knight down in general, Fervent's going to give that other Knight +1/+0 until end of turn. It can also equip Embercleave for completely free once Embercleave is on the battlefield, because it makes the activation cost 3 less, and you guessed it, Embercleave's activation cost is 3. So Fervent, nice. I love the fact that it's sticking around, because I think I got 4 copies of this card like immediately when Eldraine came out. Anyways, 2 copies of Primal Might for some awesome removal, and it gives you the added benefit of, say you have your Fervent down and you have the Embercleave on it, and you're in one of those weird scenarios where you don't really want to move it, yada yada yada. Anyways, Primal Might boosts up your creatures, allows you to remove a creature, and you know, then you swing in with that boosted creature after you remove the creature. Robber of the Rich is, of course, always beautiful if you are on the play. If you're on the draw, you know, it kind of suffers. But on the play, you have 4 copies of Robber. If you manage to get down 2 of them, a lot of the times your opponent's just going to concede immediately, because that's a hard thing to deal with. Not to mention the fact that you get to steal. Sometimes your opponent's exactly what they needed, right, in order to win. So you'll see that in the coming up matches. So moving us down, we have 2 copies of Heroic Intervention. Of course, you have all these big, awesome permanents. You want to protect them. You want to protect them. Now, obviously, this won't protect them against the Ugin Exile, but the idea of this deck is to smash your opponent before turn 5, turn 6, whatever turn they're getting Ugin down on, right? You want to be smashing them and hopefully finishing them come turn 5 or 6, generally. 2 copies of Ram Through for some more removal, and this has the added benefit that if our creature has Trample, which they get with Embercleave and Elder Gargaroth just naturally has, then it gets to deal the excess damage to the opponent's face, which in a lot of games can end up meaning victory or damn near victory, right? Scavenging Ooze is a fantastic card, going to allow you to exile your opponent's Euros, their cycling cards, it gains you life, it gets bigger, it's everything you want in a 2-mana green card, pretty much, right? Gallia of the Endless is actually really beautiful. One, it has haste, so again, even if Ugin is exiling your board state, things like Gallia, things like Robber, things like Questing Beast, all these things that have haste are going to allow you to still swing in and still have a board presence even immediately following that exile, right? And thanks to all these things having haste, when you play them, they still reduce the cost of Embercleave. Even though it costs to play down the creature, they're still reducing the cost, so you can generally get some cheeky moves out there. And then being able to draw 2 cards off of this card and discard, you know, a card at random. Sure, sometimes you might discard that super valuable card. Drawing 2 cards just for swinging in is great value. So, Annex, we've all seen Annex Embercleave. It's been around for a while. It gets super big, and it can win you the game literally just with these 2 cards, right? Because then you put Annex up to like a 5/5 with double strike and trample, and well, that's 10 damage. Next up, we have Lovestruck Beast. This is a 5/5 for 3 mana. It's hard to beat that efficiency with a creature's value, right? So 5 mana or 5/5 for 3 mana, just beautiful. It really benefits with the Embercleave, because again, you're dealing, you know, 5 damage twice, which is half their health. Garruk's Harbinger is going to allow you to dive into your deck and find more creatures, as well as, if you want to, the 4 mana Garruk can easily go in the 4-drop slot. Now, you'll see I'm playing Traitorous Greed. I'll explain that in a minute, but Garruk's Harbinger, really great, and if you're playing the 4-mana Garruk, even better. It's a 4/3 hexproof in black, so those control decks that use, you know, Heartless Act or whatever the hell the removal is, right, they won't be able to select Garruk's Harbinger. And you have to remember, this is hexproof. This is not protection. This is hexproof. It still can be blocked from, you know, mono black or dual colors or whatever creatures, right? Now, Traitorous Greed, this is a one-off because I was testing it out in the deck, and I actually really enjoyed this. So stay with me here, right? 4 mana for a sorcery. I know it's not exciting, but gain control of target creature until end of turn. Cool beans, untap that creature. We've seen these effects before. You know, you can shift around their defenders and sometimes surprise them with the victory. However, the cool thing, and it gains action, whatever. The cool thing about this card is 4 mana, you take one of the creatures, add 2 mana of any one color. So there's going to be scenarios, and this is why this is so beautiful at the 4 mana slot. There's going to be scenarios where you've dealt in damage. You know, you managed to get down Fervent or a Robber into an Annex, whatever. You have the board state set up. You use your Traitorous Greed, and now guess what? You've just taken that 4th creature you need to reduce Embercleave down to 2 mana. Because Traitorous Greed comes down on turn 4, yada yada yada. You'll have already had 3 creatures down, ready to swing in come turn 4. So you Traitorous Greed, take a creature, I should say. Now you have 4 creatures swing in. Your Embercleave goes down to only costing 2 mana, and guess what? Thanks to Traitorous Greed, you have that 2 mana, right? Now the only thing I'm unsure of, because uncertainty is always there, is since it's sorcery, you can only play it before you attack in. Does the mana stay after you go to attack? That's the thing that I was questionable about, and hence why we only have it as a 1-of. If the mana doesn't stay, if it doesn't stick into your attack phase, then I'd have to say that Garruk, the 4 mana Garruk is going to be better than Traitorous Greed. But if not, if it sticks, then Traitorous Greed is so good in this deck, and so hidden, so beautiful, right? This is like a hidden gem that nobody's playing, nobody's even thinking about it, right? Anyways, Questing Beast, 4 mana for a 4/4 with Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste, can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. It deals its damage to Planeswalkers if it hits the opponent's face. It's just a beast, hence it's in the name. And then we have Elder Gargaroth, 5 mana for a 6/6. Obviously, if you're slapping Embercleave on this thing, it's going to be a 7/7 with Vigilance, Reach, Trample, and it also has the Double Strike, and it's also gaining 3 life or creating a beast or drawing your card. So it's a great way to end out the game, but you don't want to play too many Gargaroths to where you're drawing this in your opening hand, because you're not going to be playing it in your opening hand. You're going to be playing it turn 5, right? You don't have ramp in this deck, really. You have beatdown. You have beatdown. That's your idea. That's what you're trying to do, right? Turn 1 beatdown, turn 2 beatdown, turn 3 beatdown, yada yada yada. So it's a very fun deck. It's a very cool deck. You'll notice that I don't actually have any cards over here in the sideboard, and that's because, like I said, minus the Garruk, which we talked about extensively, I think this is pretty much the deck that I would recommend wholeheartedly all the way through if you want to climb fast. It's so good. It's so strong, and not just does it like win consistently, but you know if you're gonna win. And if you're a little bit behind thanks to the Questing Beast and the Embercleaves and all these kind of things, it's not that difficult to get back to being ahead, or at least being even with your opponent, right? Anyways, all that being said, another way, we are going to go and hop right into the matches, but I'd first like to remind you, if you enjoy Magic, which I obviously do, here you are, I do a podcast every Friday. It's me, MTG Jeff, and Hello Good Game. I highly recommend you go check it out. It's called the F&M Podcast. Goes live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the matches. Mud Button Slayer. Mud Button Slayer. And in the left corner, weighing in at 235, we have Mud Button Slayer. And the crowd goes wild. Why couldn't I go first? I got the fucking robber, I got the ran through, I got the this, I got the that's. And the game just don't want to give it to me. It's a sad day. That's alright. Our opponent's playing Adventure. We're just going to keep our everything fucking crossed to hope they're not playing Yugen Adventure. Bone Crusher. Cheeky little Bone Crusher, huh? You think I care about your Bone Crusher? Well, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Robber, go. So they're going to keep being at less cards than us, and it's a little annoying. So 2, 4, I need like one extra. Just don't play your Bone Crusher, please. Please and thank you. I know it draws you a card and gives you a great defender and gives you a great attacker, but if you could not, If you could not do the most efficient thing, the most obvious efficient play for you, that'd be great. That'd be great, Mud Button. You never expect them to actually... You never expect them to actually do it, is the rest of that sentence. So... Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, we have to pay 0 for this. Confirm. You there. You there. Boop. Alright, now they're probably going to play that Bone Crusher because they're like, yeah, I was expecting to draw big off of this one. They got a little greedy. It's okay. It's okay. I get greedy too sometimes. Do they have another Bone Crusher they're about to kill my robber with? That would be total balls. Total balls. We're going to try getting in with the Questing Beast because the mana just lined up. Fuck! No! Robber! I'm sorry! It's such a force of habit for me to just... Go ahead, men. Attack. Oh, I feel bad. I definitely just sent that creature to their death. You know, it's kind of shitty also. If we draw into an Embercleave, I can't even play it. As much as I would love to play an Embercleave, I can't. Can't afford it. But, on the bright side, we're going to get this robber down, and hopefully we can do some spicy stuff. Even if you have an Embercleave, like, I'm fine with that. Why would I make the trade? You have less health than me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 mana, so getting down to Lovestruck Beast as well. I guess that's a pretty good reason on why I should block the Bone Crusher, but I think I'd still rather trade. Do a little tradesy. Alright, well, motherfucker, they still have just as many cards as us, huh? So if I swing in, they do block with Lovestruck Beast, and then we're just sort of up the creek without a paddle. I say no. I say we wait. We might draw into some more removal or an Embercleave or some shit, right? Hopefully they don't have another Bone Crusher. That would really blow if they Bone Crusher our robber. They don't. Beautiful. They are at 6 mana, so one more means they have the Beanstalk Giant, which means if we get any removal, ram through or whatever, we're going to need to use the Questing Beast to remove the Beanstalk Giant. I'm fairly sure, yeah, okay. Fairly sure that's what they're going to go for here, and they didn't swing in. Why would you not swing in on that? Another Questing Beast, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. So this isn't technically in our hand anymore, so I'm going to swing in hard. Right? Yeah. Because robber procs. Oh! Oh, beautiful. So, Mud Button Slayer, you were saying that feels terrible. And we have perfect mana to play it too. They're just like, how in the fuck does he get so lucky? All right, I take back all my comments earlier about us being unlucky. That has got to be one of the luckiest situations. Pull their Embercleave, you have enough mana. They had enough mana to play it on the following turn. It definitely would have won them the game, right? I mean, I would have blocked Questing Beast into the Beanstalk, but they can't figure it out. I mean, the best thing for you to do is, yes, Beanstalk, Lovestruck. No! That's not it. But that's not it. That's not what you... That's not what you want to do. Okay. So they're down to 2. Down to 2 little health. 3 little health, sorry. Leave my Questing Beast alone. They Shieldbreaker. They Shieldbreaker me. Well, they can't swing in, right? Because if they swing in with the Beanstalk, yes, they still have the Bone Crusher, but if I have anything, they got the Bone Crusher. we're good. So I highly doubt they swing. They're swinging in. Bruh. Do you even understand? Bruh. Okay, so do I block with the questing beast? Because I definitely have another questing beast to throw down on the next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I could just block with the 1/1, but then Lovestruck Beast can't swing in. Do I take the 8 and go down to 6? Or do I go ahead and kill it? I think I gotta go ahead and kill it. I have to. Take out the Beanstalk Giant. We'll play down Lovestruck. We'll keep the questing as a little hush-hush secret, right? We just need them to turn that Bone Crusher sideways. Turn that motherfucker sideways. I dare ya. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh no. Wait, what if they have Embercleave? No, even with Embercleave, they don't win, right? Embercleave, 5, 6 mana. No. 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 Nope, hit me. They can't afford Embercleave plus Castle Embereth. So as long as they don't have something that can block the questing beast, we are good. Uh-oh. Oh, and that's the best thing we could have drawn to ensure this victory. Get on down there, you lovely questing beast, you hunky motherfucker. Now what they could do is use Castle Embereth actually to raise the attack of Embereth's Shieldbreaker, and then they'll have that to block questing beast with, right? And then, of course, the 1/1 onto the Lovestruck Beast, and then only my 1/1 gets through. If they do that, though, they're still losing everything for that. Alright. Alright. They're doing it. 3/1 onto the 4/4, 2/1 onto the 5/5, and 1/1 gets through to the face. If they have the Embercleave, we might be in trouble. I mean, we do have the 4/4 still, right? So, I think we'll be alright. And we still have Heroic if they try to remove it. Nah, we're fine. We're fine, actually. All good. This is going to be a GG here. As soon as they go to remove something and I Heroic Intervention it. Or maybe they just didn't draw anything and they're like, damn, I think I actually lose here. Either way, Mud Button Slayer, it was a joy, and we're doing it. We're 3-0. That's crazy. Yo, yeah, right? That was crazy. Pull their fucking Embercleave. Mr. Cranky Face. That's what I feel some mornings, you know. I'm gonna call me Mr. Cranky Face. So I kept the hand because we have the Harbinger. I like the idea of that. I like the idea of the Harbinger. I did like the idea of the Fervent, but now they're playing a little goosey, a little loosey-goosey. I'm not such a huge fan. No reason to attack there. So yeah, the new the new set has some spicy cards. We'll get into that towards the end of the stream, though. I don't want to be talking about that in here. And anyways, Bar all in, Winota all in. I second all in Winota. Y'all were all for that Winota all in. Y'all are just balls to the wall, huh? No fucks given. Let's go ahead and grab some green mana here. And now you could argue that Temple of Abandon is the way to go there. Yeah, Temple of Abandon was the way to go there. Fuck. We're going slow. So we worship from Yugen with a -6. Ballhound is GG. Yeah, it was. Hey, we hit the land, but it's green. It's red. It's green. It's red. So I think we still go for the robber, but they have less cards in hand. What a cunt. Oh, that does make Fervent a lot better, but it's got a Lovestruck Beast to go up against. I don't think we're caring too much about the Fervent. If we're up against mono green, let's just get down our big heavy hitters, right? Not worry about it. I misread your comment and meaning. Pro from his exile. Oh, okay. Want to play against me for one of these games? Yeah, maybe. I have to be cautious about viewer games because I'm the kind of person that's like, if you're not gonna do it with everybody, then don't do it, you know. So it's like if I play with you, then I have to play with everybody, and that's the part where I'm like, man, do I want to play with everybody? That usually takes about an hour for me to like run through all the matches. Get it. It's fucking smash smash. Mono green. It's strong. It's a strong one. Scavenging Ooze. Fuck, that's brutal. That is brutal. But we got a good old questing beast, so no worry. No worries. Rada is good. Hinge is so good with Lovestruck Beast. Hinge is good with Lovestruck Beast, but when we have things like Yugen in the current meta, you can't afford to be mid-range, and when you go for the Great Hinge, you're turning your Gruul Aggro deck into like a Gruul mid-range. So it's unfortunate that we're in this position, but you know, this Scavenging Ooze is about to fuck me hard, by the way. FYI, it's about to get really fucking big. Why would you not swing in with your Scavenging Ooze there? No! Oh no! Oh, they blocked the Fervent? Okay, whew. I'll take that trade. I didn't mean to swing all in there. I did not mean to swing all in there. So we're going to take a few points of damage here just because I was being a little goofball. Being a little goofy. Being a little goosey. Oh, Elder Gargaroth, come to Papa. And we got the Embercleave to throw it on it next turn. Yeah. Hopefully it can live, of course. You know, it's mono green, so they can easily Primal Might it or ram through it if they have the proper boostage or whatever. Also, Triomes are pretty meh, in my opinion, in 2-color. I might disagree with you on that. The Triomes are really good because they're just like the split lands that would give you life or whatever, except they don't give you life and they have the chance of cycling. Now, if they didn't have cycling and it was just, you know, oh, you get access to a third land, I'd probably agree with you, but... Alright, so we're going to swing in with everything here and reduce this by 2, which means we have 2 mana to spend on this. Right? So, if I go here, pay 1, here to here, right? Yeah. And we tap, and then we'll still have the red. Alright, cool beans. So that's done. And then next, all in, done. Gain life, big car. Let's put another creature down, shall we? And then this. Because that creature can block Stone Cool in case something happens to Gargaroth or whatever. No, Mr. Cranky Face! They said you got an 18-18. I'm good. You got it, bro. Ordoculture. Ordoculture. Not culture, but culture. Culture. I don't know. We get to go first. I'm super excited about that. I'm not excited about the fact that we have this mana setup that we have, but whatever. You know, we'll go for the Triumph, Fable Passage, hit the other green, yada yada yada. Fervent. Ugh, that hurts. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, if they play another Fervent here, I'm probably going to block that 1/1. Goblin Arsonist, alright. And Goblin Arsonist. Oh, the wit. Oh, the witty wit. Ah, and there's a robber. Robber alert. Robber alert. We're going to go for the Lovestruck Beast. It's a big old creature, and this way they don't get access to the knowledge of what's in my hand, right? So it can't be a Cavalcade deck, but it can be something like Riot, right? Bombardment or whatever the hell it's called. Something Bombardment. Now we could swing it with both, make Embercleave cost 4, throw it on Lovestruck Beast. I mean, it's pretty big. That's what she said. Would I rather have extra green or extra red? I think extra green. The only thing we really need red for is the Embercleave, right? So if I put down Questing Beast, swinging with Questing and Lovestruck, Questing guaranteed gets in, and Lovestruck might have a little bit of an issue. We might hit something there. But I think I do want to hit Questing Beast here, for sure. And if we're going to have the 4/4 to defend, you might as well swing with the 5/5. Even if it gets off a trade, Oh, beautiful. You don't even know, but you just sealed your fate, Ordo Cultor. Cultor? I'm never gonna get that right. They're going all in. Yeah, fuck me up. Show me what you got. I have 10,000% faith that you can't kill me with 3 mana and mono red with 4 attackers. I'm hoping. I'm praying at least. Annex. Anoxious. More like obnoxious, right? But so we could ram through, just get rid of the Annex, but they will still get the Satyrs back. We have 9 points of damage. So if I do this plus Robber, that is guaranteed lethal. Because they can't block with those two, so. 9 plus 2 equals 11. I mean, I think Embercleave would have also been lethal. So it's really a matter of how we wanted, not if we wanted, right?